welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Oh my goodness, John Shaw! He would not be stopped. Welcome back to Starlight Stadium in Langford for the second of the 3 Cup Finals here on VISL's Cup Final Weekend on Shaw Spotlight. My name is Arturo. Glad to have you with us alongside Vince Greco. Vince, welcome to the booth. Glad to see you again.
Thanks for having me beside you, Arturo.
As you can see in front of you right now on your broadcast right in their white kit and black shorts, Gorge FC from the Masters Division, and now lining up next to them in their black and yellow kit, Cowichan 49ers. This is the Tony Grover's Masters Cup between Cowichan 49ers, who had what is almost standard for them nowadays, Vince, a dominant season in the Masters Division.
Sure was, Arturo. I don't think it gets much better. Not very many goals allowed in, a lot of wins, not too many blemishes by any means.
Only 7 goals conceded in the entirety of their league campaign, tops of the division. Amazingly, they were beaten on goals for. They scored 61. Bays came up with 85, which is absolutely absurd in any division. But the point is it's Cowichan who are in the Cup Final against Gorge. We've already had one Gorge team win earlier today. Gorge in the 3rd Division won themselves the George Perks Challenge Cup. Gorge now going for what would be their 7th Tony Grover Cup if they can pull one down tonight. Cowichan currently sitting on 4, looking for their 5th.
As you'll see, Arturo, it's a moment of silence right now for longtime Cowichan member Billy Kessrich Jr.
Thank you, everyone.
Left us too early. Fabulous guy out in the Cowichan parts. Did a lot for youth soccer and with senior soccer. And you know what? Just a fun guy to be around. So he's definitely gone too early, but definitely watching this game from the best seats up above.
Hopefully he will be happy in those seats to see Cowichan hopefully win another one. Starting lineups for both sides for Cowichan. Darian Church in goal, and perhaps the best goalkeeping kit on the island. In front of him, a back 4 of Richard Lord, Jesse Winter, Tyler Hughes, and Adam Taft. A mid 4 of Todd Vass, Mike Minkler, Matthew James, and Bradley Archibald. And a front 2 of Stuart Barker and, to no one's surprise whatsoever, top goal scorer Neil Rawlings. On the other side, for Gorge FC, it's Scott Rankin in goal. In front of him, a 4-2-3-1. Back 4 of Raj Darawal, Ian Broom, Sam Yeager, and Taylor Hunter. A mid 2 of Ilias Mavrikos and Brandon North. And in front of them, Lee Karametsos, Paulo de Almeida, and Scott Thomas as the front 3, and leading the line, Vlad Music. No massive surprises here, Vince. This is basically, it's Cup Final time. You put out your best 11 absolutely every time you can.
Absolutely, Arturo, but I will note that looks like Gorge is experimenting a little bit with their formation. They've looked like they've moved things around a bit to try to stop all that power that Cowichan's got coming forward. So we'll see if it works out for them. I know their coach is away. Actually, he's in Disneyland as we speak, so he can't be here today, Nav Jauer. So hopefully he's given on good intel, or else he'll hear all about it.
Well, the team manager, Brandon North, is in the starting 11, so if there's any way to get those messages directly to the players, it's you put the guy in the 11. Probably no more direct way to do that. You see Gorge players on your team there getting their last-second instructions and high fives as the opening coin toss takes place at midfield. Handing duties there was Richard Lord for Cowichan and Vlad Music for Gorge. So standard rules here, 2 45-minute halves, and after that 90, if we are still in a draw, we head to penalty kicks. last team standing will take home the Tony Grover Masters Cup. In the regular season, in the combined table for the Masters division, it was Gorge, like we say, Cowichan, way ahead, 51 points. Gorge in the combined table sat 11th on 23 points, 7 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses. So for them to end up in a cup final after a fairly mediocre season is a pretty decent reward. And wouldn't they love to get another little feather in their cap to try and grab a cup on top of it?
Yeah, it's a weird division, that Masters. I mean, we do have it separated between A and B. So, you know, teams like Bays, their stats might not be as accurate as, say, someone like Cowichan, Gorge, because Gorge played all A teams, whereas Bays played all B teams. So Bays has more wins, but they didn't play any of the A teams like Gorge. So really, Gorge is, say, 4th overall in Masters, toppling Vic West in the semis, who were number 2, and Cowichan obviously at number 1 heading into the match. So it's 1 versus 4, but I think it's safe to say this is a David versus Goliath, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. It'll be starting off with David themselves doing the opening kick. It'll be Gorge to start things off here for this first half. And it looks like that will be on the near side here. You can see that they've moved things around a little bit. Nick Middleton apparently has moved into an attacking role. And we are off and underway. Dalmeda now out wide and forward we go. That'll fall right to Tyler Hughes. Over to his partner in defense, Jesse Winter. Adam Taft. And Cowichan takes their time picking their spots here on this near side, and they will now slowly begin to play out as Gorge begins to check those angles out. Taft moving back. And they'll try to go once again all the way back to Darian Church. They want that, just that right route out of the back here, as Gorge is showing, as you mentioned, a different formation here. That midfield's a lot more crowded than otherwise would be, so they just bypass the whole thing and they look for Stuart Barker up front. Long ball looking back post. Oh, just past the head of Todd Vass, who'd made that late run. Wouldn't that have been something 60 seconds in to get a header on target, but didn't miss that by much. Take a look at the replay here. And this long ball coming in is, Vass is a half second, I want to say earlier. He's got this thing in the back of the net, you'd have to think.
Vass is, he's very, very shifty, making that late run. I mean, it's always a surprise when that happens. And yeah, like you say, I think that caught Gorge off a little bit.
Just for a midfield 50-50 ball coming down eventually in the way of Gorge. They'll gently stride their way through this, and they'll go out to touch. Immediately scooped up by Dalmeda. He's for Darwal. Vass now on the right side. Looks inside. Finds Minkler well open in the midfield. Got some choices of where to go. Opts to, again, let Barker take over. Back to Hughes. Taft, excuse me, on the left. Actually, they've switched sides here. Lord has actually moved to the left, and it's Taft on the right. So already swaps happening here for the 49ers. Set piece opportunity here for Cowichan deep. And who else to take it here but the captain, Tyler Hughes. 8 years of professional experience. He's played in Sweden's highest 2 leagues. He's an all-time conference member of the Sports Hall of Fame at the Div 1 Coastal Carolina University. Not a bad guy to have taking your set pieces in a cup final. And he flips that one in nicely, but it falls off a pair of legs. Ricocheting out last off a Gorge defender. He'll get a second crack at this one.
And you want Arturo? I don't think there's anyone better right now taking these set pieces. I mean, I know he's on his off corner right now, but when he swings it from the other side, it's a threat on goal, and he just knows how to serve it up.
Another beauty here, right to the near post. Hits 3 sets of heads that time, and it looks like Gorge will manage to muscle this one out. They'll look for the counter, and they have a little bit of space to work with, but who else but Hughes closing that one in before any damage can be done, and Cowichan will recycle. Taft goes inside. Little help there from James, who'd come back to cover for his defense. And they'll play up the far side. James now. Close down. Minkler. Taft. Bass shows for it. Quick work here by Gorge in this midfield. That shift has already given them the ability to actually counter some of this breakup play, and they're going to force another one here. Nice ball on the deck here, and it gets a nice deflection forward, but a little too heavy of a touch. Not much Middleton could have done with that one. He lets that one go. A little bit of a fall over as much as, not so much as a foul. Broom playing out of the back, goes long. Hughes gets ahead to it. Sneaking in behind there was Vlad Music, and he will actually force a defensive play out of this. Will he get the corner? He will. So now a corner for Gorge on the other side.
That Vlad, he's smart up there. He knows exactly what to do with the ball, how to make something out of nothing. And as you can see, he was 1v3 there, and he was able to earn a corner to hopefully give the Gorge squad a little lift here and maybe even a shot on goal.
5 goals in the cup so far. Leading scorer for Gorge in the cup. Also contributed 4 during the league campaign. So someone who knows where the back of goal is and how to find it. Bit of a scramble though on that play, and the defense able to hold, and it'll be a Church to take the goal kick.
And really those stats for him are, he had such a quiet year. I know he works a lot and is away and not able to be at every game, so for him to get the goals he did, if he would have had more games in him, there's no doubt he would have had a mittful more.
Pass looks long. That one met that time by Darlow, who pinched up. And now Gorge trying to settle things down and move out of midfield. And of course leaves it. Broom steps around. Up the middle they go again. Down to one knee. The time was North. Still with it. North though closed down. Nowhere to go. They have to go back and then out. And now it's Gorge finding no way through this midfield as Cowichan has closed things up. Archibald looks forward. The chance to run onto that for Barker if he wants it, and he will try, but that's well shielded. Gorge holds possession. Goal kick here. And Rankin, I think, will pass that one off for one of either Broom or Jaeger to take. And it'll be Broom launching that to midfield off the head of Hughes. Forward by Winter. Minkler. Chance here on the left. Archibald has a little bit of space, being closed down here by Hunter. Still going with it. Oh, but just lost control there, and that should be a goal kick, and it is. Bit of an unforced error there, for though good cover by Hunter to make sure that nothing else was going to happen with it. And then they will do an early sub here, 7 minutes in. And you can see there's a little bit of a struggle there with Jaeger as he's trying to run this one off. Or not Jaeger, excuse me. That is Hunter, who was just on that play. So Hunter takes a bit of a seat early here. Nothing too serious for the Gorge fullback. And replacing him. Will be number 26. That would be Grant Dobson. I have to imagine this will be like for like here, Vince. I have to imagine he's probably more or less tasked to fill that hole in a 1-for-1 as Vass tries to get around, but he's gone out to touch there. No, foul's conceded there. So foul being conceded by Darawal. Vass on this near side has a lot of space to work with.
Wow, look who's coming in.
Absolutely.
No surprise. Oh,
they play it short, a little bit of set piece trickery. Hughes faked it. Now there's a ton of space deep here. Do they go back to Hughes? They'll go inside. Now Hughes has a whole lot of room to work with. Floats it in low, flicked in. But now that's broken up. And if they can get this ball right, there's a counter on here for Gorge. They opt to go slow. Dobson now, first few touches of the match for him. They're solid ones. Spinning off that challenge there nicely was Karametzos. Middleton. Cleared. It's down for North. Puts that in, but that's grabbed by a Church.
Yeah, that might be the loudest uniform combination by a keeper I've ever seen.
He's making it work, though. He'll be headed to safety by Jaeger. But actually, they might be able to keep this in. And charging over to keep it in there. On his horse there is Raj Darawal. Mavrikos. That's the return. Touches it forward. Middleton. So it looks like that's the only outright change that we were expecting here. Scott Thomas ended up not starting this match, and it's Nick Middleton who got the nod instead. I have to imagine this is a, like you were saying earlier, Vince, this is a tactical shift more for anything else to try and account for what Cowichan can offer. And Darwell is not sure what he wants to do with this free kick. He goes right-footed. Waiting for that was Taft. Headed down now by Mavrikos. Again for Barker. Looks for some help. Archibald. Now finds Rowlings. This is not the man you want to leave alone, and Dobson's going to have his hands full trying to contain him. Does well getting some help. Still Rowlings, though. Minkler. Returns. Middleton steps in. Good turnover forced there by Middleton. Gorge can move out to a little bit of safety. Comes Archibald with the back check, but it's not enough. Forward goes Gorge. That's an unfortunate deflection, though. They will get the throw out of it. All you had to think, though, Cameron Metzos had eyes for that forward run. Substitution coming up here for Cowichan. Looks like it will be Taft taking a seat here in that fullback position. So already the first two subs of the game, both fullbacks being subbed out. As that pace may be a defining attribute, and it looks like coming in, that might be Yuta Yamato. Coming in as a 1-to-1 here.
That sure is a difference maker, especially in Masters. That pace and that endurance, that cardio, it's all of it combined makes up for a lot of skill for a lot of guys.
Yamato will take his place at this right side as a fullback. Darawal, speaking of fullbacks, once again being tasked to help out. Now a chance for Gorge. Middleton. He can try and get past Vass. Puts it on the deck. This is a nice looking ball here. Centered. Big chance, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, Music had all that space, but couldn't get the ball to settle for him. Now they'll try and go the other way, but Rowlings is intercepted there, and Broom just casually touches that out. Oh, that's the best chance of the game so far. Music's going to want that one back.
Craftily set up by Almeida there. That was some great touches. I'm shocked they didn't get at least something on goal there.
Off from distance. That one will go wide of the net, but an attempt on record at least from Minkler, I believe, who was taking that one. Don't count as being a shot on target, though. It's the one bugbear that I have in all of soccer events is if you're going to take the shot, get it on target. Test the keeper somehow. I mean, Rankin hasn't had to do too much, which I'm sure he won't be too unhappy with, but still, test the keeper. Make him do something. Even from distance like that, there's not too much harm being done by at least putting it somewhere inside the post. Let's see what they can do here as Gorge recovers. Jaeger will cycle all the way back. Now Rankin will get a touch. Laying away from Barker there. Rowlings keeps an eye on it. Cleared by Broom. Flicked on. Moretzos watches it go back, and now they'll try again. Almeida's made a run forward. He's managed to shake his man off and tries from distance over the net. Paulo de Almeida, you said it earlier, Vince, the footwork that he can put in to make something out of nothing is truly spectacular.
You know what? He was at the top of the league for the division for scoring for a reason. Great on the ball. He's got some good vision. Exciting player to watch. You know what? For Gorge to go anywhere today, he definitely will need to do some damage and try to find the back of the net.
Absolutely. You saw he was able to set up Music, so he can do it from both sides as well. He can score, he can assist. That kind of playmaking, that's a talisman right there. That's the guy that you want. Church will get things going. Looks to this near side. Just trying to pick out James there. Falls to Yamato. Winter. Flicked on. Nice little flick from Barker as he tries to round the corner on Jaeger. Jaeger gets a step on him though. And there'll actually be a call on that. Foul conceded, they say, by Barker. So a free kick for Gorge. 14th minute just about complete here. No score between Gorge and Cowichan. This is the Tony Grover Masters Cup final. The ISL's Cup Finals weekend. Finals 2 of 3. The big Sir John Jackson Cup final coming up after this. Yamato. Winter. James takes a look for Archibald. Backtrack a little bit for it. Now Minkler. There's a lot of space. There's no one really to run into that, though. You can see the idea, trying to open something on that far side. Unfortunately, that doesn't work if you have no attacking players within range. Almeida has already got 2 goals of his own in the cup. He led the league with 12 he led his team, I'm sorry, with 12. So not only can he get it done in cup competitions, they make their bones in league play. Almeida's there as well. Free kick again. Going the way of Gorge. And now there seems to be a determined focus to try and unsettle that midfield from 49ers. I don't know if I'd like that strategy, but so far they're slowly advancing 1 free kick at a time. Let's see if that works for them.
It's not usually them, though. They like to usually push the play forward, so it'll be interesting to see what the next few minutes brings here.
And although will be swept up by a Church. Quickly rolls it out and see if he invites a counter here. Yamato flares that over. 1-touch ball. Looking for Barker. Falls at the back of Broom. Dariwal. Almeida. Mavrikos. Shoves off Yamato. Stern challenge there, but 49ers do come away with it. Yamato inverting quite significantly to make that happen. Minkler over the top. Tries to find the run, but that's going to go right to Rankin. Rankin had to read that one well. If he's a little bit timid, that might be a tap-in. Almeida. He'd be fouled there. That'll be a free kick. And perhaps fortunate that the referee's feeling merciful. That could have easily been a yellow. Take a look here. That's a pretty significant shove there, being laid down by Matthew James.
Man's game, right, Roturo? A little love tap doesn't hurt anyone.
From the back, I think the referee might have a problem with. Shoulder to shoulder, I have no problem with whatsoever.
Referee's right there. It was a good call.
That's some little discussion going on there, as you could see, between Karametzos and Almeida. What do they have set up here? I have to imagine this is going to be Almeida's all the way. The Karametzos thinks he has something. Being told to mind themselves by the referee. And there it is indeed, Almeida's, but he skies that one almost into the far stands. And he head in hands knows he had to do a lot better with that one. All the time that they took to set that up and to get the wall thinking one way.
You know what? That was the Portuguese version of a Baggio right there. That was not even close. But, I think he's a little bit pissed with himself, to be honest.
I wouldn't blame him. I mean, from what we've seen from from Almeida, excuse me, even in the first 18 minutes of this match, the technical ability, Paulo Almeida, means you need to be getting a lot closer to the target than that. I understand wanting to go up and down over the wall, even at that angle. There needs to be a lot more down than up in that situation, though. Easy for me to say from the broadcast booth, of course. As everyone knows, I am left-footed in that I have 2 left feet and neither of them work. Cross coming in here. Oh, nice little attempted flick there by James. Managed to get off the shoulder. Couldn't do much more than a gentle flick, though, and that should be a goal kick for Gorge.
There's got to be something to be said there about A Church in the net too. You have to have a good shot on goal to beat him. He's not going to give you a soft one, and you know he's been a top keeper in the Division 1 before he moved on to the Masters. He comes from a family of goalkeepers. His dad Dave used to be one of the top goalkeepers in Div 1 as well. So it's you know what, when you have a good goalie in net, sometimes you're trying a little bit harder to put the ball in, right?
Absolutely. There's your psychological advantage right there. Middleton tries the little sombrero there, can't get that to go. Minkler instead goes central. Hughes, who's moved up, tries his own luck from distance. That's a little closer, but still over the top of the net. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, Vince, Tyler Hughes has already moved up from the back and is now sitting in midfield.
I was just going to point that out. Look how Tyler's moved into the middle of the park, and he's vacated a spot from the left back position. Yeah, business is going to pick up a bit here for Cowichan.
I have to assume at this point they've realized what the formation change has meant from Gorge, and you have to assume the instruction is, okay, that's how you want to play the midfield. Let's just move the one and only Tyler Hughes directly into the heart of this thing. And already breaking up those with an unfortunate bounce, and now Middleton has a little bit of chance here. Dalmeida, wow, it was a clutch tackle there. That goes wrong. Dalmeida's in clear on goal. It'll be a corner instead for Gorge. See here, like this tackle has to be absolutely right, and it is.
One of the best defenders around, if you ask me. Jesse, he was brilliant in Div 1 with Cowichan, the seniors.
So for those of you who are just watching, the Masters division is over 35, I believe, Vince, is that correct?
It is, yes, 35 and over.
Still got the energy of kids out there. Still loving this game. Here comes Yamato straight up from the fullback position, trying to spring this counter off of that set piece. Barker trying to find his way through, taking his time, waits for help. There's Minkler. Nice little give and go there. Still Barker trying to get on Middleton, puts it low. He's looking for Rowlings, but that was well cleared by Broom. Winter with the header. Hughes over the top. Flag goes up for offside there. And you could see it too. Rowlings had taken just one too many steps to try and break the line. Referee saw that easily on the near side. Free kick for Gorge. About halfway done the first half, 22nd minute. Gorge Masters FC, 0. Cowichan 49 Masters, 0. Tony Grover Cup on the line here. Cowichan already with a league winning season. They've already got their berth booked, I believe, in the Provincial Cup. I'm sure they would love to take a little extra silverware with them.
Well, this is definitely a number 2 goal for them this year, is to put their hands on the Tony Grover Cup again. So, yeah, having that seed for the BC Provincial Cup was definitely high on their list. They've got that, and that makes all the difference when you're competing in Provincial Cup, that's for sure.
Jaeger with the restart. Strong challenger from Archibald. It'll go off of him. And out for a throw for Gorge. Footing in midfield now. Unless your name is Paulo Dalmeida, it's going to be difficult to get through for Gorge. We'll see what their adjustment will be here as things get a little more heated. Barker going back. Archibald. Or not Archibald, excuse me, that was James. Now they'll try out from the back. There's Archibald. Inside they go, 1-2 ball. And he will get there first. Bradley Archibald up against Sam Jaeger. He'll be out for a throw. Deep positioned one here. Matthew James over there to handle it. They cycled the personnel, offering Archibald short. Hughes goes right into the middle along with Barker. That's where the ball goes. Off of Barker's head. And Broom will no-nonsense that thing right into the camera stand for the far side of the pitch.
Hopefully where some new stands are when the PF season starts. I'm sure they'll have the adjustable ones or the portable ones there for now, and hopefully down the road, Langford Council will allow the stands to get built there, and everyone will be happy.
At the very least, a taller camera tower. The angle is not complimentary from what I've seen on the home broadcast. So another couple feet on the camera tower, that would be a great start. As for right now, though, Yamato with the throw in. Vass. All the way back to Winter. Immediately under pressure. Really getting it there was Vlad Music. Instead, it's Lord. Puts it on the deck. James cuts inside. Still with it. He's going to go for a bit of a run here. Tries his luck. That'll be on the deck. And there's a save from Scott Rankin. And that'll be a corner for Cowichan. What did I tell you? Put the ball somewhere on net. Make the keeper do something with it. No one expects this run, and it's a nice little ball. It's a teasing ball. He has to play it. Short corner, meanwhile, here. A bit of set-piece trickery from Cowichan. They put it on the deck. Into the penalty area. Shot taken. Rowlings deflected. That should be out for a goal kick, and it is.
And you know what? That Matty James is such an unassuming player coming through. But he's just a lovely player to watch. Great skills, and as you saw there, found his way. We threw some Gorge defenders and had a decent shot on goal that Rankin had to be sharp on.
So we got a substitution being set up here. Or are they going to change the ball? What's going on here?
That's exactly what happened. Ball, yeah. Accidental ball came in, and we only use Macron balls here at the VISL, so looks like one snuck in there by accident.
Good catch there from the officials, and we'll get things restarted. Broom to take this one. Target there, was looking for Music, does get ahead to it, double flick on. Almeida there as well, and it falls right to Middleton. The back press, though, coming from Cowichan was sublime. 2-on-1, managed to nick it free. Archibald forward to Rowlings. Rowlings has to fight for that one, but does come away with it. Hughes, first time ball. There, oh, you can see that it was a spring Minkler. Well defended by Gorge. Middleton over the top. He has Camaretsos out wide, but that will does not reach him in time, and it'll be a throw. Lord to take. Hughes. Pings that forward, right off of the head of Jaeger. Middleton. Beats Minkler for it. Nice little cutback there from Dobson. Lord steps forward. High pinch here from the Cowichan backline. They're going to run with it. Archibald has 3 targets to pick from now. Puts the cross in. Lord's one of them, but Rankin gets there first. Well snared by the Gorge keeper. It's a set play there from Cowichan as they try to go with the defender immediately joining the rush for a cross. Rankin snuck that out quickly. And now it's Almeida in a dangerous position. Puts it out to the right. Far side ball here for Carametos. Go right at our church with 2 players in behind him. A little bit higher, and that's take your pick of who taps that one in. Church goes long. Foot race here. Barker will get there. Cuts it back. Rowlings. Lets it fall. Oh, he's trying for something fancy there. Couldn't get it to go.
That was a tough ask out of Neil. Well done for Stu for keeping that in, but
Middleton crosses, falls. He's on side. He was. Flags is down. Just past the far post, Almeida. He's getting closer. He's inching his way closer to that near post, or far post in this case.
Yeah, check out this combo from Music and Almeida. They working well nicely here to generate a chance and not missing by much on that one.
Confident vision there from a Church to put the hands up and go, no, I'm not worrying about it. They'll try over the top again, that time from North. Church comes out to claim it. Clears. And Lord now. In the 28th minute, no score between Cowichan and Gorge. Not for lack of trying, though. This is not a defensive game by any stretch. Both teams are going for it. That, the opposing 26s, Archibald and Dobson. Dobson will come away with a throw here. And he'll get another one immediately afterwards. Advance a few steps up the touchline. In the middle. Jaeger. blocked. Chance here for Barker. Back comes Broom to assist, cover Rowlings. Barker might fancy this himself and does. Lays it back for Hughes. Hughes blocked as well. Little touch. Yamato's in a good position here. Over the top, cleared. Dobson flicks on. And as far as Archibald.
That one little mistake from Gorge in the back line there, and Cowichan almost capitalized. You just can't give Cowichan those chances or else they're going to burn you. They got away with that one, though.
They did, and they even got fortuitous there with that little touch. That'll be a throw for Gorge. A reprieve granted there. And it's straight back in by Minkler. Hughes. 1-2 ball there. Well read by Broom. Will concede the throw. Minkler shows short for this one. Archibald wants to go long. Finds Rowlings. Still has it with the right foot over the net. Rowlings finally got space to really uncork that right foot, and he got the bend on it, just not the height he wanted. To see here, he makes that one little extra touch, and now he finally has that space he's been looking for.
You know what, Neil Rowlings, he's come a long way the last couple of years. I'd consider him one of those late bloomers for soccer. He's always had a lot of speed. I think the last couple of years he's really turned up his touch, and you know what, that was actually a pretty decent attempt from that spot, and yeah, I see him getting on the score sheet today.
I wouldn't bet against you. I'm not losing money on that one today, Vince. Meanwhile, Nick Middleton will take a break here at the half-hour mark. Some midfield reinforcements now for Gorge. Coming into this one will be Scott Thomas, who was initially going to start this one, was swapped out in favor of Middleton. So now a fresher Scott Thomas gets to face off against this midfield. Ball on the deck there from James, looking for Yamato. In comes first touch of the game for Scott Thomas is a sliding challenge to break up that attack. Fresh legs are strong ones. Corner on this near side. Tyler Hughes on his strong side now for this corner. Hughes is no stranger to silverware in this league. 4 Jackson Cups, 3 Tony Grover Cups. Incredibly decorated athlete, puts it that corner. Rankin got a paw to it. It'll be another corner.
Rankin had to be sharp there because I think that one was labeled for the corner.
That was very nearly an Olympico. Look at this. Just right. Look at that. You might not even need the header there.
And I think defender Hobson there is saying to his keeper, "Thank you, because I didn't have it."
And they're going to switch things up here. Different taker on the far side. They're looking near post. Off the line. The switcheroo nearly pays off. It's Minkler at this near post this time as the delivery is changed up. It's James? Yeah, off the line. It's a very, very calm Dobson there, clearing that one away.
I think Mavrico's had a little leg in there, or a thigh trunk to clear it out.
Try near post again. Cleared. Gorge is bending but not breaking here. Set pieces were Cowichan coming alive. Left footer now from Hughes. That one might have been a keeper ball, but still, Yeager got in. And there's a chance here. There's a very good chance here for Gorge. What can they do with this? Dalmeida getting the ball from Camaretzos. It's one-on-one here against Yamato. Puts it low. And Church is there. Lets it run. Cleared. Oh, the header. It'll be a goal kick.
Love it. I love it. You know what? Almeida's really worked on his fitness the last couple of years, and he's obviously, as we're getting a bit older, it's easier to get out of shape. He's worked hard to get back into shape, and you know what? He a good breakout there. Great saves by A-Church as well. That was just a good soccer play.
Substitutions coming up now here for Cowichan as their strike core will be swapped out. Out comes Barker. Out comes Rowlings. Darcy Penner will be one of the two coming in to replace those strikers. Other is the free kick is immediately given away. The other is Doug Nestor has come in up front. That would be Nestor. So a different look attack here for the final 12 minutes of this first half. Barker and Rowling's out. Nestor and Penner in. Camaretsas leaves that for Dalmeida. Twisting and turning here. Tries with the left foot. Music can't control, but a little back heel actually to get it free. And they just past the far post. Head in hands. Music knows he was that close. This is a lovely little back heel to set things up. And then that close.
Wow. Unfortunate for Gorge, or fortunate for Cowichan that Gorge hasn't found the back of the net at this point, because they could have easily on that play.
Dalmeida will get a little break before halftime here, as he will come out. And they'll put in some midfield reinforcements. Who that was who was coming in for Dalmeida. Vass has come off for Taft, though, so Taft returns to action. So that part is for Cowichan. As they now break out downfield. Looking for the cross. They'll try the shot, actually right-footed, but that'll be right at Rankin. No chance for the flick on there from Penner. Met by Minkler. Now Archibald has a little bit of time here. Up to Penner. Nestor waits centrally. The ball won't get there. That'll be deflected out. Sounds like Almeida was just off for a moment there to get a possibly equipment issue or something, because he's right back out onto the field. So Almeida is back leading the line, which I'm sure will make Gorge fans everywhere happy. Thrown on the far side for Dobson. Little spin move from Hughes there. He gets the return off a deflection, trying to get past Jaeger. Crosses. Broom is there. Crossed in again. Brought down. Picked up there, and they're going to call that as a corner. They will.
Penner that close to heading the first goal in. It was well defended there by Gorge.
So how will they set this one up? They'll have Hughes go to his offside again. They did well with the little switch up last time. We'll have to see if that little trickery happens, if they can switch the play. Showing short here is Minkler, and that's where they go with it. Minkler back to Hughes. Tries to cut inside, but that's well read by Jaeger. And it stays in as well, so they'll have to play this. James gave it to Taft, manning the back line there. And they do concede the throw, perhaps a little bit unnecessary. Throw for Dobson. Back comes Dalmeida. Mavrikos moves it over. Does manage to keep that away from Nestor, who tracked back just to put some pressure on. Instead, it'll be Richard Lord watching this one roll out for a throw. Final 7 minutes of this first half, 0-0. Nestor lays it off. Cowichan now playing up again through the middle. Yamato. It's Taft. The top, that won't stay in though. Let's see the idea. They had James in good position to make a second ball there. Just couldn't keep that one in play. Long throw being teed up here by Jaeger. Now trying to pick the pocket of Music, who's just playing with him now. Stay in, actually, off the deflection. Music, and it's got to be offside surely, and it is. Nestor thought he timed that run, but just enough patience being shown by Broom at the back. Stop that from being a potentially deadly breakaway. Instead, it will be Camaretsos coming out. I believe Camaretsos coming out. Or is it Dobson? Might be both, actually, now that I say that. And it will be both. Both Grant Dobson and Lee Camaretsos coming out. Late reinforcements here for Gorge. One of them being Fernando Zilli. Different shape to this midfield. A chance here for Cowichan to do something. You can see the idea there from Penner, but no personnel really to make that happen. Hughes, 1-on-3, still finds a path through. James. Long ball from Archibald. Nobody there. Rankin will glove this down.
Well defended there by Raj as well, right? So, I mean, Darcy Penner did have a good run forward, but well cut off there by Raj, who's probably one of the most underrated left backs in the league.
Earning his stripes now. There's been plenty of threats, but now Delmeda not able to do much with that one, though. That's another one well up, and this actually does go into the far side stands. So Delmeda still having trouble finding his height and range here. As the referee calls for another ball, since asking the ball kids to retrieve that one might be a 5-minute affair.
And what happened to the old days with ball kids? Need them back. You can bring the kids back.
At Church with the goal kick to get things restarted here. Flicked on. He's not able to bring that one down. Wild swing and a miss there from North. Lord. Inside. Back by James. Lord being watched. One of the substitutes there. Ahmed Yaman. We'll call this. That will be a yellow shown. First yellow of the afternoon. Certainly on the harder side, probably not the intended outcome.
That player definitely feels wronged, and we invite him to go see our league-sponsored barrister, Lorenzo Oschek. If he has any concerns he'd like to deal with, Lorenzo is definitely the guy we tell all our members to go see.
Flicked on there. Cleared. Lord on this near side. Bit out of position. Manages to keep possession briefly, though. That'll be tapped out for a throw. So, looking there with Scott Thomas. Got in. Chested down. Lord is still in position for this. He'll put in a left footer. Misses the head. Diving header in the back of the net! Why not? Why not a diving header? What a ball! Bradley Archibald! Oh, this is absolutely wonderful, Vince. It starts from a cross that you don't think is going to happen, and then it finishes with a finish you absolutely don't think is going to happen. Have a look at this. So Lord with the left footer, and then...
Wow. Archie did well there to just even get to the ball, let alone put it in the back of the net. Not much to do there for Rankin. That's a huge goal for Cowichan right near the end of the first half.
Lord will get credit for the assist. Archibald with the goal. 41st minute. Cowichan have their lead. Archibald from Lord in the 41st. We approach the final stages of the first half. Close quarters here. Gorge, they play perhaps a little bit too passively out of the back. Oh, hard collision there. We will call for medical aid immediately. That is not a surprise considering that crunching coming together.
Looks like Vladdy hit his head on the turf as he swept
You'll
underneath.
see it here. Yeah, there's the initial, yeah, there it is. The initial collision isn't so bad. It's how Music comes down. Didn't get much of a bounce there off of his back or shoulders. It was head down to the turf. Coming together with Adam Taft there. He's up and moving, which is good. With injuries, you cannot take anything less than totally seriously. Take another look here. So in comes Taft to challenge. Let's try and keep it in. And then, yeah, it's right there.
What makes matters worse is he actually got nipped for the foul there. So, and of course you have to stay off for a brief second until the ball gets put in play. The referee will invite him back.
So with Music standing off the pitch, Hughes with the free kick. Left footer curls in. Headed down, still loose. No one able to clear. Now they will. Music now back onto the pitch. Now the referee waves him on. Hughes. Cleared. Now Music in decent position here. And they
Well
will
done
call
by the
this
referee
one.
there.
Yep,
Excellent
behind the
job.
play. Behind the play, he saw that yellow. And that will be delivered to Doug Nestor. I was wondering if that was going to be caught.
You know what, though? He gave you the time for the advantage to be played, saw that there was nothing happening up top, boom, whistled it down, and administered the yellow card. Just picture-perfect refereeing there, in my opinion. Just exactly the way it should be done.
It's been a well-called game, no complaints here. And that puts Nestor into the book at the 45th minute. Waiting to see what they'll be adding on for stoppages, if anything. We're on the referee's mercy at this point. Can't imagine there'd be more than a couple minutes. We'll see what the ultimate decision is here as Broom gets us restarted. Minkler tries a little back heel move, doesn't do it. Instead, chance here blocked. Almeida is hungry for that chance. It'll be a throw in deep.
And look who it is again, Jesse Winter. You know what? Just a great back. Check out this replay. Look how reads the play well, gets over after he was semi-beat and able to stop the ball from getting on goal.
Keeps his hands out of any sort of trouble. Nice clean block. Long throw uncorked here from Gorge. They look for something at the stroke of halftime. Hughes clears. North over to try and keep things alive here for a second phase ball. Tries to chip it in. He'll get a second crack at it. Come on. Not able to do much with it. They'll try from Dobson. Not Dobson, excuse me. There's Mavericks who had a go at it. Regardless, it's Cowichan trying the other way. And there is space here. If James can get to this, he'll keep it in. Tries to buy the corner and does. So it'll be a late corner for Cowichan. I imagine there won't be too many more chances left in this half. But we did get a quick look at the watch in there. And it will be Matthew James trying on the far side. Be taken right-footed, punched clear by Rankin. Right to Yamato. Hughes tries the left footer, cleared. And that will do it. The first half ends in a flurry of activity. Cowichan 49ers the beneficiary. 41st minute goal from Bradley Archibald has the 49ers up 1-0 over Gorge FC. Still 45 minutes to go and still anybody's match. Who will hoist the 2023 Tony Grover Masters Cup? You'll have to find out in the second half. You're watching the VISL Cup Finals weekend on Shaw Spotlight. We'll be back after halftime. Welcome back for the second half of the Tony Grover Masters Cup final here on Shaw Spotlight. We're in Starlight Stadium in Langford. My name is Richard. Glad to have you here with us. It has been a close contest. 1-0 Cowichan 49ers currently up over Gorge. And when I say close, I mean it's defensive plays like this. That save by Scott Rankin in net for Gorge are part of why. Almost got one there at the back post, but multiple bodies standing in the way. Paulo de Almeida has been trying his best to get one to go past Darian Church, but no one has yet been able to do it. That was another one of the closer ones. De Almeida, one of the top scorers for his team during league play. That was a very nearly a scary incident. It looked like a bad head injury there for forward Vlad Music for Gorge, but he was able to get up and continue. But this is the goal. Richard Lord's left-footed cross, a diving header from Bradley Archibald in the 41st minute. Sees Cowichan walk into halftime with a 1-0 lead. Well taken goal there by the Cowichan fullback. And Cowichan 49ers will start kicking off this second half in their black and yellow kit. On your broadcast right, they will be attacking the broadcast left, in which wait Gorge FC in their white kit with black shorts. Gorge started this contest in a 4-2-3-1 formation, a little bit unusual for them. Explicitly, we figured to try and counter some of the threats posed in midfield by Cowichan 49ers, not the least of which being the likes of Tyler Hughes, who moved up from defense to midfield and currently is now starting there as we begin this second half. Matthew James, also one of those midfield threats. Yuta Yamato came on as a sub in the first half at fullback. Busy there now, but loses out. Scott Thomas wins the free kick. I think Yamato might have gone in a bit too hard. And a little fake out there by Raj Darawal. And now they'll get restarted. Gorge looking forward as they try to find their equalizer. Minkler gets in the way. And Yamato now gets the return pass from James. As they watch out for that midfield, a scrappy midfield too. Elias Mavrikos, one of those people. But now it's a long ball here that Ian Broom will have to deal with. He sort of does. He'll need to get some help though, and coming to provide that help. Fernando Zili. Late first half sub there was Zili. He fills up that right flank spot there.
Literally almost hit the camera.
It was previously vacated by Taylor Hunter and Grant Dobson. Cowichan right back to the attack here as Hughes puts one forward. Archibald, the goal scorer. It's offside. Line goes up, and that would be a free kick for Gorge. So as it stands right now, barring any substitutions that snuck in at halftime without our knowing, the Gorge lineup, Scott Rankin still in goal, back four of Ferdinando Zili, Ian Broom, Sam Yeager, and Raj Darawal. Midfield deep two of Elias Mavrikos and Brandon North, a midfield higher lying three of Ahmed Yaman, Paulo de Almeida, and Scott Thomas, and leading the line, Vlad Music. Meanwhile, Doug Nestor there chasing down Broom as he is up front for Cowichan alongside Darcy Penner. They came on in the first half to relieve Stuart Barker and Neil Rawlings. Behind them, traditional 4-4-2 setup here for Cowichan. Midfield now of Tyler Hughes, Mike Minkler, Matthew James, and Bradley Archibald. Back four of Yuta Yamato, Jesse Winter, Richard Lord, and Adam Taft, and Darian Church, the goalkeeper with perhaps the best kit in all of the VISL, tending goal for Cowichan. Goal kick here to be taken by Yeager. Over to Zili. Zili going in one-on-one here. Briefly stopped that time by Penner. Only briefly. Nice little poke there by Archibald. Got there in front of Yaman. So has North nearby, showing short. As does Music. They go for North. North Right in the middle of 4 Cowichan midfielders, and sees that and backs out. Broom gets it over. Zealy. North. Yeager. Right up the middle, gives that away to Hughes. First time ball, tries to float that over. That's not going to reach Nestor. It was carded right at the end of the first half for a foul behind the play. Archibald now. Back to Winter. Almeida trying to find a way through there. Nothing doing as the midfield closes up for Cowichan. Broom stepping forward. Does find Almeida. Music makes the cross run here. Almeida watched. 1-on-2. Not much he could have done there. Hughes looking for the run, and he's found it. Archibald sneaks through with another run. Broom trying to track back. Does. Archibald crosses. Not able to find the connection there. As waiting for it was Nestor. Couldn't find the touch he liked, though. That will instead be Gorge to get things restarted here as Yeager heads back. Archibald, you see on your screen there, the goal scorer. Diving header off of a cross from Richard Lord in the 41st minute is how we end up at 1-0. Still either team's match. No side has yet served the knockout punch you would think that would crush the other side. Oh, there's a bit of a hard challenge there as down went Mavericks. It looked like a strike to the head. And the referee will bring that back for a foul. Looks like nothing further out of it, though. Mavericks, a quick check on the head and seems to be okay. Yeah, coming in there was Matthew James a bit hot there, right into the head of Mavericks. Easy call for the referee to make as the long free kick finds its way to Yaman. Thompson tries to seeing eye shot. Yaman's follow-up, takes a shank wide. Music over the net! Oh, Music on the doorstep. Just had to keep that under the bar. The referee will separate a little bit of a hot temperatures here. As the seeing eye shot hits one set of legs, Yaman's deflects, and then the high boot. Music and Almeida. That is the one thing that has been counted against them this match so far, is both have been in great positions but have not been able to keep their attempts down. Almeida, in fact, lobbed a free kick in the first half directly into the stands at the far side of the pitch. You can see just out of the left side of your screen there. Meanwhile, back in play, Penner tries to sneak one back in. Nestor, that'll go right at Rankin. You're going to take a shot, put it on target. As Nestor did there, forced the keeper to do something with it. Archibald's header. Looking for help there, and instead it's Yaman showing some initiative there to get in. Nice work there from Ahmed Yaman. North over the top, looking for Music. Winter will chase this down. Try and shield it before it goes out. Has to play it. Does manage to maintain control. Good battle there between Music and Winter coming out the best of it. Yamato. Now to Minkler. Switches over to Archibald. Zealy tries to press. It's coming up pretty far from his left, from his right back position here. Lord wearing the armband today. Perhaps a armband. I also see Tyler Hughes is wearing an armband. So one of them is captain, you would assume. Regardless, Almeida. Music, turn ball. Oh, you can see the idea there. Both Thomas and Yaman had moved into great positions. Ball couldn't quite get there. Yamato. Should take a deflection and out, and it will. Good position here for Darcy Penner to get a quick throw in. Thinks the better of it. Now he'll find Hughes. That is blocked. Heads up work there. Back to North. Long ball put forward by Cowichan, looking for Nestor, doesn't reach him. Mavrikos to Yaman. Almeida turns. Is it for Yaman? One-on-one with Lord here. Posts up, Almeida gets the return. Lord is on the deck here. Almeida has space, puts it the right footer, but curls it. Wrong side of the post. Almeida tried a different foot this time. I mean, if the left isn't working, why not try the right? But this time, can't get enough. You could see him trying to bend that from the outside, really try and fool a Church. And unfortunately, you really need to hit the target if you're going to try and pull one of those off. No such joy there. Penner wins that header. Archibald up against Zili. Goes right around him. Nice ball from Archibald. Yaman tracks back. Cross to nobody. All that effort from Archibald, but no one was in position. No one was able to keep up with that run. Just do anything at the back post. Throw in here for Cowichan. So there'll be a brief pause here for a sub, and there will be. Looks like coming out will be Penner, and coming back in will be Neil Rowlings. And this might be a double sub here, as both members of the strike force will swap in and out, and that looks like exactly what's going to happen here. As out go Penner and Nestor. And back in comes Barker and Rowlings. So fresher legs return. Yamato unable to control that one, and North sends it forward. Flicked on. Almeida with a header of his own. Music, high boot there from Winter. Archibald. James cuts inside. Yamato. Easy for James. A lot of room to work with here. Goes back. Archibald from distance. That'll be well over the net, though. Not quite in empty stands territory, but it'll still require a bit of a run from the ball kids as it goes under the stands. Minkler there. Just had a busy afternoon in midfield. Broom back here on goal kick duties. Headed for by Mavrikos. Yamato. Lord. It should be noted some of those armbands are likely in memory, as you heard off the top there. Just talking about the moment of silence that was being observed by both sides. Kept in there on the far side. It was very nearly out, and it will end up being a throw the way of Cowichan. James over to take this. Rowlings leads for Yamato, who's pinched up quite a bit. Looking for Barker. Barker with a touch to it. Can he turn and fire? He can! Oh, that's a lovely strike from Stuart Barker! What a curl to that strike, and Barker in the 57th minute has Cowichan up 2-0. This is a lovely strike. Rankin, nothing you can do about that. Beautifully placed with the right boot, right under the crossbar. Lovely little setup too. Earlier in that play, it was Yamato who'd come way up from the fullback position to provide some assistance to Rowlings and Barker. And it's Yamato who I think will be credited with the assist on that one. Barker in the 57th from Yamato as it currently stands. Cowichan 2, Gorge 0. And there'll be some substitutions being taken place immediately after this. Looks like Brandon North will be coming out of the match. And Nick Middleton will be coming back in. Middleton was a starter in place of Scott Thomas, despite earlier indications. Explicitly because of that midfield presence, and it turned out to be a good move early on. But now, it's right back to the attack as Cowichan right off that kick. Yamato, another cross. I was looking for Tyler Hughes that time, who's moved even further up the pitch. He started as a defender, now he's basically a second or third attacker. Yamato. Cuts back. Again. Still has it on the left foot. Takes a deflection. It'll be kept in. No, it will not. It will go out of play there. Yuta Yamato making life miserable for the Gorge backline. And that did take a deflection off of a Gorge player on its way out, so it'll be a corner for Cowichan. This will be Tyler Hughes. He's offside here. I don't think he'll mind too much. Flares it in near side. Deflected up. And Rankin will claim. Not a heck of a lot Rankin could have done on that one, short of grow an extra foot and have an arm span the size of an albatross to try and keep that strike from Barker out of the back of the net. Zeely's throw, headed down immediately by Hughes. Hughes' first time ball, finds Rowlings. 1-on-2 here. Gets past Yeager, does it to the back of the net as well! Rowlings, 2 minutes after his strike partner Stuart Barker has the 2-0 goal. In the 59th minute, it's 3-0 Cowichan. Well, this all starts from Tyler Hughes reading a throw-in from Ferdinando Zeely and pinging that over the top straight to Rowlings. Rowlings goes on a run, keeps possession, picks his spot, beats Rankin. We saw this in the cup match earlier today. 2 quick strikes. And that was all it took for Gorge and Div 3 to unsettle and ultimately eliminate Cook Street United. Now Gorge is on the other end of it. This time it's the Gorge Masters side suffering 2 quick strikes, this time from the defending Tony Grover champions. Oh, and they're not done yet, our Archibald and Cowichan. Still going, just runs over Zeely, tries the cross, takes an unfortunate bounce. But Lord will keep us alive. So try and right foot this, you'd think. Cuts back. That will be out for a throw. Cowichan throw deep in Gorge territory here. And looks like a substitution being lined up here for Gorge. And that looks like it would be Ahmed Yaman coming out. And Sean Cravero, I believe, is the one being called to service here. So Yaman put in a good shift as a sub. It's part of that midfield 3 line. Nearly provided a goal. It is Sean Cravero now making his appearance into this match. What kind of spark can he provide? Hopefully, one that leads to 3 goals for Gorge if they want to make a game of this. Lord, second effort here. Curls that one in deep. That's going to ask a lot of Yamato to get there. And that's calmly cleared out and away by Raj Darawal.
61-22.
Off the bar. It looked like it was going wide, but instead it's the bar, and wide open is Archibald for 2. Hughes to Archibald after a cracker off the bar. And it's 4-0 Cowichan. It's all coming undone here. As this initial shot right off the corner too of the crossbar in the post, Hughes sets up a wide open Archibald. Fakes out Rankin, who commits hard. And it's effectively a tap in for Bradley Archibald, his second of the game. Archibald from Hughes will be that scoring play in the 61st minute.
There we go. Have fun.
So to summarize, Barker in the 57th, Rowling in the 59th, and Archibald in the 61st. 3 goals in 5 minutes. It was Gorge inflicting the misery in the earlier match. Now it's Gorge receiving it. And how do they respond now? They still have 27 minutes to work with. which is not a lot of time, but not impossible. Hughes can't get past Zealy. Does manage to take out the feet, though, of Crivero on the way by, and that will be a free kick. Nothing further, though, for the former Victoria Highlanders captain. So here's the initial shot that cracks off the bar. Then Hughes is quick to get there, and then nobody picks up Archibald. Everyone's all busy recovering from the initial shot. Yeah, so the initial shot, I believe that was Rowlings who taken the initial one. And then you can't leave Archibald open like that. Can't leave anybody that open in the 6-yard box. Bit of a fall down of marking assignments there. And now substitution taking place here. And that looks like that's Mike Minkler coming out for Cowichan. And being replaced by, we will soon find out here, as Gorge sets up for a free kick. Floated in. And attempting either the spectacular or at least contact, couldn't get it. Crivero tries to get there, beaten to it by Winter. It's over the head of Middleton. Abrico sends it right back in, trying to keep the pressure on Crivero. The little shove on Lord wins it back. Crivero centers, knocked over. No shouts, or no penalty, even though a few shouts from it from the crowd. Dalmeida brought down. That must be a foul, surely, and it is. Gorge with some pressure here, and Winter shoves over Dalmeida. That's they're claiming Dalmeida went over easily. Even if he did, that's a dangerous foul to concede, dangerous play to make that deep on the pitch. Now a chance here for Gorge to strike back. What do they have planned here? Two in the wall for Cowichan. Plenty of options in the box here. Floated in. Knocked down by a Church. It's loose though and cleared. And it will be a free kick going the way of Cowichan. You can see the idea there, just chip it up and over. And it did force a Church to make, he had to grab that from right under the bar. That was very nearly a clever little play from Jaeger. Nobody able to follow up on it though. Cowichan able to relieve some of that pressure. Zealy fighting for this one up against Rowlings, and he does indeed win the foul to Zealy. The referee's going to have a word with Rowlings over this one. Doesn't quite like what he saw. So there's the little shove and the little touch. It's right on the back of the heels there. It's perhaps a bit light, though Rowling was a bit aggressive in going with multiple taps. I suppose the first two were gimmies, and it was the third that ultimately did him in. Zealy puts it low. Jaeger at the near post there. Get another crack at this. Turns, tries to shield the ball. It'll be a throw. Comes Dalmeida to try and put pressure on before Lord can get there. He does get a toe to it, keeps it in. Can they return it? No, Lord will clear. Only as far as Crivero. Putting together a bodies there. But cleared over the head of Zealy. But no, they will come back and check this. That was a bit of a hard coming together, and Crivero is still down. Referee brings it back. This will likely be a drop ball. And there'll be a substitution made here, and it will indeed be Yamato coming out for Cowichan. And coming into the match will be Chad Bastian. As Crivero gets up, should be no worse for wear. Yeah, oh, the knee to the chest there. Yeah, that's the that's gonna knock around, rattle a few ribs undoubtedly. Crivero seems to be all right. So it was Brad Thorne who came in earlier, the original substitution for, I believe that was Minkler who'd come out. So the replacement for Minkler was Brad Thorne in midfield. He was the one who'd got the knee up there on Cravero. No card that I could see was given out for it. So just the foul. And then again, a drop ball behind the play. And now chance going forward here. They go low. First time ball. Forces a save out of Rankin. As Bastian tries to contribute earlier with a nice looking cross. Rowlings connects. You can see getting himself involved real quick as Chad Bastian. First time ball from Rowlings saved. And now it'll be the corner for Cowichan as they keep the pressure on. 69th minute. And Matthew James will deliver. Goes short. Bastian back to him. Set piece trickery here. They flip it in. Looking for the header. Doesn't arrive. Thorne might have been the target for that one. Middleton clears only as far as Bastian. Tries on net. Rankin spills it, but he does manage to keep it out. Rankin cut out the angle well there by coming out of his net. Bastian does test well from here, and Rankin is there. Looking, that might have been going over, but Rankin not wanting to take chances. Can't blame him. Meanwhile, back in live action here. Winter tries to clear, only gets as far as Zealy. Archibald currently on a brace, looking for that hat trick. But first things first, Stuart Barker off to the races, trying to get past with Mavrikos, and Zealy cuts inside and make that Cravero. Zealy coming in later. Still Mavrikos up against Barker. Thorne. The other bodies there. Nothing too sinister out of it though. Hughes trying to force a turnover. Does manage to clip Middleton. That will be a foul against Hughes. Free kick for Gorge. About 20 minutes to go in this cup final. 4 goals scored for Cowichan. Hughes there with a little clip to the back of the knee there. It's a pretty simple foul for the ref to call. No need for Hughes to be going in on that area of the body to win the ball. Cowichan 49ers 4, Gorge FC 0. James gets a toe poke to it to keep possession, knocks it back. Over the top goes that one from Bastian. Not Bastian, excuse me, that was Hughes who moved back and get return there. Thorne coming together with Barker, and it's given away. Middleton tries to start the counter. He's got Almeida in front of him. That's where the ball goes. Can he get past Lord? He just might. A Church though. Patient goalkeeping from Darian Church. Manages to keep that clear. And it looks like, I believe that was Vass who had moved back over to knock that one out. I'll take another look at this here. It's the right idea. Almeida moves forward, but a Church not phased in the slightest. Looks like there'll be a sub here as out comes Zealy. Trying to get some fresh legs in that fullback position. Much like we were talking about at the beginning, Vince, the fullback positions have been tested significantly over the course of this match, and the substitutions coming in on that area of the pitch are not surprising. Tyler Hughes now. Hughes is out. Chance here. If Music can get there ahead of Bastian, and he can. Might be another foul there on Hughes, and there will be. Hughes is going to have to be careful. He's taking a lot of little fouls. That might start to catch the referee's ire at some point. But he is up 4-0. Goals in the 41st minute from Archibald. Then 3 quick strikes. Barker, Rowlings, and Archibald again. Meanwhile, old Middleton was looking to try and sneak one there. Actually, not Middleton, excuse me. Meanwhile, long ball there as they're trying to spring Barker and Rowlings again. That was not, my apologies, that was not Middleton who made that late run there. That was Halia Merete who'd come in for Gorge in that last substitution. Oh, it's unreal. We see this in both the Tony Grover Cup, and we saw it in the George Perks Cup earlier. All it took was 5 minutes for one side to decide, we'd like to win now. Thanks. 3 quick strikes. And over the top, Music tries to get one back right at a Church. Vast now. Even earlier when we saw that Yaman had that nice move forward and actually set up Music, who flicked it right over the net, that could have at least stemmed some of the bleeding, but instead, Cowichan kept marching forward. And here we are. No, it's a good point, though, that, you know, on another day, there's very easily a goal on the board for Gorge, excuse me. I mean, like I said, Music has been sniffing Almeida. If he finds his range, totally different story. Unfortunately, we can only read the story we've been given. A little nutmeg there from Bastian. What does he want to do with this? Tries it himself, but Rankin is there. Great setup, but poor effort there. I think this is just a cheeky little nutmeg here. Goes in. Gorge playing once again out of their own end. Well, they might get a chance, though, is sprinting forward to meet something under. This is Crivero as Almeida. Does he see him? Sees Middleton. Oh, lost it, was in behind him. Now Dalmeida. Off the right boot over the net. Frustration is building there for Paulo Dalmeida. Another substitution lined up here. You see Dalmeida, you can tell he wants to find the back of the net there. Just hasn't been able to figure out that range just so. Meanwhile, the 2-goal scorer, Bradley Archibald, gets a well-deserved rest here. The end of the match. In the 76th minute. This is probably the time where you give all of your subs, you go to your bench as much as you can, keep everybody nice and fresh. No reason to overexert at this stage in the game. And that is Jai Irvine, who's come in to replace Archibald. Absolutely. Barker out wide. Bastian back inside. 2 different sets of people calling for it there. It does go to Rowlings, who taps it back. That's a little bit too casual of a tap back, though. That'll be a throw for Gorge. That's not too shabby at all. Good support for local soccer here on a Saturday in Langford. Now we get another free kick here for Gorge. As going to deck there was Dalmeida. I imagine he might fancy his chance on this setup, on this free kick at least. Yes, in comes, yeah, just a bit of a hard challenge there from Brad Thorne. I don't think he had any doubts in his mind about what he was trying to pull off there. Said it'll be Darrow, right at the head there. Nice little dummy there, a good idea, leave it. Charging forward is Irvine. Unfortunately not charging hard enough, even though that was a fantastic effort. Did cross the line. And Broom will throw it back in. Rivera leaves it. Intercepted by James. Hughes is there as well. Barker looks for the return. Right in between Irvine and Rowlings, which unfortunately is where neither of them happen to be. That will be a throw in favor of Cowichan. Another substitution lined up here. Looks like it will be Stuart Barker coming out. And this might be another double sub again for the strike corps. No, actually, I don't know where Fusic is actually coming in. They've been doing that pretty much all game, bringing the strike cores out in pairs, and they've got another pair coming in here. There they are. As if the Go Hartman shout from the crowd didn't tip us off. Ooh. We love our referees, though. There are precious few of them these days. Throw in is kept by Cowichan. Now it goes out. I thought I'd cross the line. Oh, it is still in. Twice there I thought I'd crossed the line, but it hadn't. And nearly at the near post, but now the flag is up for offside. So eventually, it was called. So you can see Hartman there, having just come in. Now part of the strike tandem. As Rankin gets the start quickly. Oh, that's an unforced error from the back there. Fatigue might be setting in here for the Gorge backline, as there's no need whatsoever for Broom to casually thump that back into touch. Now they have to defend. That one, though, should be a throw, and it is. And now Broom will be able to move it the direction he always wanted to. Always part of the master plan. Music. Can we get to this? No, that was well done by Winter to stay ahead of that. And Church. No. Church there, over to Vass. Thorne over to Bastion. It's pretty much play by numbers here for Cowichan. Keep everything nice and tight in the back. Slowly advance, which is exactly what they're doing. Bastion now sees the run coming in from Hartman. Gets the return. Bastion, little shimmy. Doesn't throw off Middleton, though. I'd say that'll fall to Jaeger. Looks over the top. The only kits there are black, though, and it's Vass. Long ball brought down. Chance here spinning there once again was Hartman. Winter takes over. Both the Churches on the pitch now, with Adrian Church now serving at left back, having replaced Richard Lord. Other side, Irvine trying to get in ahead of Crivero. Who got the last touch there? It'll be Gorge's ball as Irvine backs off. Room to take this. 82nd minute. 8 to go, plus whatever the referee deems to tack on. Can Gorge find one here? Thomas inside. Bodies come together. Referee isn't interested. Thorne clears out wide for Irvine. Adrian Church up the side there. Hughes with the return. Now Hughes again. Pressured. That should be a throw, and it is the way of Cowichan, though. Crivero thought he'd got a touch on it. And that's going to be a yellow for Crivero. Unsporting play there as he throws the ball away in frustration. It's a pretty straightforward call for the referee to make there. They may have had one or two minor opinions. And Matthew James has put in a heck of a shift today for Cowichan. He's given a long overdue reward of getting a little break on the bench. Now he will come. Great shift from the midfielder. Glued everything together. And looks like Raj Darwal will also be allowed a break here. Darwal coming out. Looks like Grant Dobson will come back in. Essentially a like for like, fullback for fullback. Up there, Ryan Cusick on the deck. Nice move from Thorne. Bastion and Thorne playing the 1-2. They go out way wide. And they just knock this around. Bastion looks for the return. He's trying to play in Vass. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot. One too many touches there, perhaps. Irvine, Thorne. Bastion having moved forward now, which allows Vass to sit in that right back role. Knocked down by Adrian Church. And they'll call that as a free kick, I think. They didn't like how he went in on that. Ball comes in there and it'll be flared just, yeah, a little bit of a shove in the back as he went over. So it'll be a free kick there. Ian Broom standing over this one. Right footer, nice and high. Joust falls. Doesn't hit anybody, but the clearance is bad. Crivero might be able to get there, but no, Crivero called for the foul. Crivero already on a yellow from his earlier outburst. Yeah, you see at the tail end of this clip here, like he thinks about it. Like there it is, and he thinks, oh, wait a minute. No, just calms himself down before he really follows through with it. You never want to get 2 yellows, but for 2 yellows for unsporting play after the whistle is absolutely unforced. In season, Crivero only charged with the 1 yellow over the course of the entire league play. So he's matched his entire output from the league campaign in 1 cup match. Looks like North coming back in here. So what I'm hearing from you, Vince, is that the problem with soccer is families and jobs. Hughes steps in. That'll be a free kick, though. The foul had already been committed. To be taken quickly here by Gorge. And that is North who's come back in. Forward go. Gorge Masters. Adrian Church with the clearance. Only as far as Dobson. Down, another player down, and that was an immediate call for assistance. The 86th minute, you don't want to be doing anything too unnecessary, and that's Jaeger who's gone down. Jaeger's put in a heck of a shift. Just a little bit of a, I don't think there's anything malicious in that at all. I don't think Thorne even realized who he was up against there. That looks like just a stumble and a scuff there. Not even sure I'd call that a foul particularly. But it was definitely from behind and careless, so foul makes sense. I don't think there's going to be any cards or supplementary discipline forthcoming for Brad Thorne there, but Jaeger will briefly step off the pitch. Really?
You know what? I think the ref was just being a good guy and blew it down and thought it was a serious injury.
And you're
well
absolutely
done.
right. There's the drop ball. You're bang on there, Vince. Where would I be without your expertise, sir?
Well, you know what? Everyone gets lucky once or twice.
Cusick along the deck there. He's found Irvine. Irvine's got a lot of space to work with here. Sliding challenge in. Body's flying after the whistle there, after the play there. But the play is still live and still onside, and it's going to be a corner at the end of it. Irvine was on the deck.
I think he took a knee to the head there. Inadvertent knee to the head.
And they'll call the physio over to have a quick peek, or at least get him off the pitch to have that. So we'll see. So Irvine comes in comes Broom with the tackle, and yeah, right there, you're trying to leap out of the way. Most of the damage looked like it was avoided though, so that could have been a lot worse than it actually was. Irvine will also jog off. Tyler Hughes will stand over this corner on his favorite side.
He's going for goal.
You think he's going to go Olympico for this one? Let's find out. He has set everybody close to the net. You might be onto something here, Vince. There he goes. Cleared. Rankin came out to challenge for it. Oh, nice clearance, though, from Gorge. And Music will charge this one forward. And Gorge get one for pride here. Middleton. First time ball looking for Dalmeida. Flag stays down. Centered. Behind everyone, though. Oh, that one got close, though. Darian Church had to actually move for that one. But yet, once again, the troubles with Gorge trying to keep those shots down have been their Achilles heel all afternoon. Not able to find that range. So Jaeger will come out of the match here for Gorge. And Jeremy Pearson will enter the match for I'd imagine it'll be a quick few minutes of workout.
You know what? There's one thing left to be sorted out today, and that's whether or not it's going to be a clean sheet for Cowichan. I think Gorge still wants to put one home and get one past A-Church, who's played in 18-plus games this year and has gotten 45 shutouts, it seems. It seems like every time he's in a game, he gets a shutout.
He currently has 2 in the cup and 10 in the league. He seems to know what he's doing, I think it would be fair to say. It must be the kit. It must be the kit. You wear a kit like that, you must know what you're doing.
Well, it reminds me of the All-Star competitions over in Vancouver when we're up against the Fraser Valley. Penalty shots. You stare into that, you don't know what a player is really seeing. So definitely something to be said about that kit.
And I think that's going to do it. That is it indeed. A full 90 minutes are played, and it is a clean sheet for Darien Church and en route to a 4-0 victory for the Cowichan 49ers. They retain the Tony Grover Master Cup. It's a back-to-back title for the 49ers. Their 5th, following up on wins in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2022. In 2023, the 49ers will take the Tony Grover Masters Cup back over the Malahat with them. 4 goals, 2 of them from Bradley Archibald, 1 each from the strike core, Stuart Barker and Neil Rawlings. Plenty of help in midfield, assists credited to Tyler Hughes, Yuta Yamato, and Richard Lord, who chipped one in with a lovely left-footed cross. Cowichan made no secrets about the dominance they wanted to put on this match. A top-of-the-table performance in the Masters Division during the regular season. They've made their double, and now the Provincial Cup awaits them. First a handshake with Gorge, who put up a fight. This was not a walkover by any means. Don't let the scoreline fool you. Cowichan had to work for this, and Gorge kept fighting till the end. Ultimately, though, difficulty finding their range and hitting the target just ultimately sunk the Gorge ambitions. And it will be Cowichan hoisting the cup once again. Your final score at Starlight Stadium in Langford. Cowichan 49ers 4, Gorge FC 0. For Vince Greco, my name is Richard. You've been watching the second of our 3 cup finals. Have a look at some of these wonderful goals. There's one from Barker. Beautiful right footer. Teased that up so nicely off the setup from Yamato. Archibald there. Rowlings, just a wonderful individual effort there. Hughes with the initial flick on. He intercepted a throw in to make this happen. And then Rowlings for pure power. Catches Rankin just a little bit cheating to the near post there, makes him pay for it. Managing to shake off both Jaeger and Broom en route. Dominant work there. These were all goals from the second half, and then we weren't quite done yet, because off the bar, Hughes turns, flicks back, his second assist and second goal. Hughes to Archibald. That was the 4th and final goal. The initial attempt clips the bar. Back of the net. Suspect marking there, as the defense caught a little bit ball watching for that initial chance, and Archibald makes them pay for it. 49ers salute the crowd with a large, good-sized crowd here at Starlight Stadium. Applause for the victors. 4-0, Cowichan retains the Tony Grover Masters Cup. Thank you for watching, everybody. The Sir John Jackson Cup is up next.